Hi everyone, this is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to my channel. This will be my review of White Widow #1 from Absolute Comics Group. It came out in 2019. Now, this is a wonderful book. I hope you have it already. If you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Also, please do give this video a thumbs up and share it around so other people can enjoy it. And don't forget to comment. Thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel recently, and those who do comment. You are so very encouraging. Yes, you are. Now, aside from the very attractive cover, this is a riveting story. Here's what it says inside. Now, I wish more comics did this. It says down here, this series follows a young woman who suddenly has incredible powers thrust upon her under the most tragic circumstances imaginable. Now she's all alone, trying to figure out who or even what she is while on the run. Join Gabrielle Garcia on the ultimate journey of self-discovery with the highest stakes of all. What she learns will change everything in the absolute universe. She will have to figure out if she's a hero, a villain, or something in between. Now, White Widow is created by James Tyndall and Benny R. Powell, who wrote the story. This is called Along Came a Widow. And we open up to this page, which is very reminiscent of classic Marvel. Stop right there! This is White Widow, of course. These look like agents, but they don't identify who they are. And all she wants is for this man here to be helped because he's bleeding. But of course she says he's dead. Then this guy, the one we saw on the first page, he's holding a really big gun. She hugs her dad, and he goes blam blam blam. And she uses herself as a shield, and then this comes out of her. Looks like some sort of webbing, but it deflects the bullets. Then she sort of jumps out of the window. Crash! And you would think falls to her death. But here's where we're given some back story about her. She's a college student. Her name is Gabrielle Garcia. And this was just a few days ago. Her friends wanted to hang out with her, with them, to study, but she's already finished the assignment. And apparently this guy has a crush on her, but he won't say anything. And she's a volleyball nut. I love this. Let's do this, bitches. So she starts the game. She serves. And those people who say women aren't drawn correctly in comic books, they're all out of proportion. Well, this young lady has very good proportions. And I mean that sincerely. I believe she does. It's not too much, not too little. She serves, and the game's on. Someone, I think I don't know the terms. I think not spikes it, not spikes, smacks it back, and she tries to deflect it with her wrist. However, she hits the ground. Her nose starts bleeding, and she's out like a light. Then over in the hospital, she wakes up. Now, I find this very curious that this young woman has white hair, almost gray. I mean, I don't think that's common for young women. This is her father, Cisco Garcia, and her mother, Gitana Garcia. I'm imagining they're of Spanish descent. Her mother seems very cold and distant. Because her mom says, "I need to talk to the doctor a moment." And in the narration, Gabrielle says, "They have more than 24 PhDs combined, but only one heart between the two of them." She feels fine, so she lets herself out of the hospital. But over here, we see her parents. Apparently, the mother got the blood work from the hospital, and her fears are confirmed, it seems. The girl is not producing some enzyme, and that could mean her life. So, the dad suggests that there's one thing that they could do, and the mom knows exactly what it is, saying it's too dangerous, completely untested. The dad won't hear any of that. He goes to her dorm room. She opens up and asks him what he's doing there at that hour, and he says, "Let me in and I'll explain." "Okay, but I told you I'm fine." He says, "No, you're not, but you will be." Ouch! He injects her with something. "Dad!" And then all of a sudden, this is curious. He falls to the floor. Apparently he's been shot. She turns him over, and he admits that he's dying, but he gives her a thumb drive. All of a sudden, she feels kind of woozy, and I love the artwork here. It's just beautiful. I wish I saw this more often. Instead of passing out, this happens, starting on the cellular level in her blood. Something's changing, and you can see it in the eyes. It goes from black to red, and this black stuff starts to surround her body. It's not a symbiote. That's what I thought when I first read it, because this is not Spider-Man. This is a different company. Then she is surrounded with this type of suit. It's white or white grayish, and has several different stripes, a spider on the chest and also on the back. Then this brings her back to the present. She had to do some backstory. So she falls and lands on her hands, and I think knees like a spider would. These agents pursue her, and 2 more agents arrive. So there's 4 going after. One of them grazes her ear, because you can see some blood leaking out. Then she starts to use her abilities instinctively. These sharp edges, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. She uses those very long, sharp edges to get rid of that gun, to defend herself, and also something interestingly, she can extend her fingers longer than Lady Deathstrike, and it helps her because she gets that gun away from him, or whatever it is. This one also has a similar gun, fires 3 waves of bullets at the same time. She's able to take him out. I mean, she's not doing this. Whatever it is, it's instinct. I like this scene the best. She uses one of those sharp edges. It goes through his throat and up through his mouth. And then one of them actually speaks. "Hey, freak!" She starts in calling her a monster because she's killed all of her teammates. Well, you gotta stop and think about this for a moment. What is she supposed to do when several people are coming at her at once and she doesn't know why? This is her way of defending. Then this woman takes this thing and tries to shock her, but look what happens instead. All of these, I'm not going to call them tentacles, but this isn't webbing because it's too thick to be webbing, as we know webbing. All this stuff surrounds her, and it's thick too. Excuse me. She says, "You have an audience now. Kill me like you killed the others. Show the world who you really are." She says, "No." She's not going to do it because she doesn't even know who she is. She remembers that she has that thumb drive, so she reaches to her pocket, and the suit magically disappears for a moment so she can get into her pocket. And she knows where she has to go. This is where she tells us about her powers. Gabrielle says in these, thought boxes that she has some type of spider-like abilities, such as sticking to walls, and of course she was said, the spider on her chest makes some sense, and that the skin feels sort of silky, so she calls it spider silk. She breaks into this computer lab so she can read what's on the thumb drive, and opens up a file called Play First. A message from her parents saying that if she's watching this video and something went horribly wrong that very night, that she needs to know the truth. This was an excellent story. It had me on the edge of my seat. After I read every panel, I wanted to see what was coming next. The art was great. Oh, sorry about that. Jamie Tyndall did art on pages 5, 12, and 13. And I'm guessing, another person did the rest of the pages, but the artwork was great. The story was riveting, like I said, and I really enjoyed it. I know if some people reviewed this, how it would go. But for me, I look forward to issue number 2. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. I hope you check this out. This came out in 2019, so a single issue might not be available right now, but I will put a link to the Absolute Comics website in the description below, so you can go there and check out White Widow and what else they have. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you check out this awesome comic and add it to your collection, because I'm glad to have it part of mine. Thank you to all those who encourage me weekly and those who have subscribed. I appreciate you very much. Till next time, true readers, I am Michael for Spirit Comics.